Half an hour thinking about what I can do, packing in flavour. Oof. Let's go Indian.
I love Indian food. I cook it a lot at home and I've spent time there, so it seems like an easy pick.
Amelia, Indian?
Indian food is not my specialty. I don't know a whole lot about it. I have no idea about Indian food. But there's a place in the semi-final on the line and that's huge, so I need to tackle this head on.
My dish is inspired from my travels when I was further south in India.
So you're doing, what, a curried mussel of some type?
It's going to be some roasted tomatoes, a little bit of yoghurt, some coconut cream. It's going to be very Kerala curried mussels,
Yeah, great.
lots of flavour.
So south-west India?
Absolutely.
That is a good idea.
I think so.
No time to faff about. I need to make sure I get my spices on quickly so I can pack as much flavour into this dish as I can.
You got 20 minutes on the clock, guys.
Thank you.
Time's ticking.
Make sure you DB those mussels.
Yeah.
Jamie knows everything about Indian food because he's been there. Did you get curry leaves, Jamie?
I couldn't see any. I would like some, though. I've got to go back in.
Yeah. The fact that I don't know a lot about Indian food is a disadvantage, but I know that I want to serve a curry base and a nice pile of crispy crab on top of it. Indian food is all about flavour and different layers, so I'm trying to achieve that by really sweating down my onions and garlic and getting them really nice and caramelised and burning my tomatoes to get that sweet, charry flavour into the sauce as well.
A crucial cook-off with Laura beckons. You got 15 minutes left. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
At this stage, they're both travelling really well. I think watching how slow I was through my cook, they know to hammer and go from the start. Otherwise, it'll fall apart like it did for me.
All right, Amelia, what are you cooking?
Crispy soft-shell crab with a tomato-based curry sauce.
You've cooked with soft-shell crab before?
I've never cooked with soft-shell crab.
Ah. Have you ever prepared a soft-shell crab?
Nope.
Why go with something you've never cooked before? If you put up a dish and you haven't prepped the soft-shell crab, you've kind of guaranteed yourself that elimination end of the week.
Choosing a protein I've never cooked before is a huge risk, but I want to push myself and show the judges that I deserve that spot in the semi-final.
If I was going traditional Indian, I would go more for mussels. I mean, they're a lot easier to cook. I think soft-shell crab is a bit risky. Do they have gills, Mel?
No. Oh, they do have gills.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah, take them off.
What is she doing? There's a semi-final spot on the line, and this is not the time to be taking that kind of risk. I'm a little bit concerned Amelia doesn't know anything about it.
Guys, you got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Indian's not everybody's cup of tea, and it's quite clear that the two styles of dishes that myself and Amelia are making are complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
How is it?
It's getting there.
Is it?
It's,
What have you got to adjust?
It's
a work in progress, isn't it?
It needs a little bit more sweetness.
And what are you going to put in there from a sweetness perspective?
I'm going to be toasting off some cinnamon and some mustard seeds and some curry leaves, and that'll go over the top to go through at the end after I do these.
I've had a wok on for about 5 minutes getting it smoking hot.
Whoa.
I want that fire to flavour the mussels. It's that little extra flavour that's going to add something to the dish.
You have 5 minutes on the clock and you want to be asking yourself, what little extra thing can I do with that time that will make the difference? Come on. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Jamie.
Half an hour cooks go so fast. I need to cook my crab. I need to finish my sauce. 5 minutes is pushing it.
That's good.
Bit salty. My sauce is too salty, but I still need to adjust it with cream and lemon and some yogurt, and I just hope that's going to balance out when I do that.
Got lots of stuff in it.
You need to be asking yourself right now, have you done enough? 2 minutes to go. Come on.
Come on, guys.
You're going to pass your sauce?
Nah,
You're going to leave it chunky?
I don't want that.
From up here, both dishes look absolutely incredible. This is way too close to call.
30 seconds to go. Come on.
Hurry, hurry, got 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Hands off dishes.
Well done, guys.
Feeling good. Put up a tasty dish in half an hour. That's what I wanted to do. Happy days. Just good seafood in a nice curry. It's nothing better sometimes.
Well done, Mills.
Thank you.
Clever kill.
Good?
Soft shell crab's yum.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
I'd love to get through to the final. Jamie's dish looks really nice as well, though, so we'll see. We'll just have to wait.
It's going to be a cracking tasting. Two very different looking dishes. Amelia, you're first up.
I'm so nervous for this tasting. I've taken a huge risk, and I really hope it pays off for me. Soft shell crab with a roasted tomato curry sauce.
It's aggressively forward in salt, but because you've roasted those tomatoes and you've got that complexity, intensity of that kind of sweet acidity you get from tomatoes, it pulls it back into line. And in terms of flavors, you know, that little bit of yogurt adds some more sourness. And in terms of spices, well balanced, not too hot.
I love the fact that you've never ever prepared or cooked soft shell crab, and your intuition led you to clean and prepare that crab brilliantly.
For me, what tempers it is the crunch of the crab. It's lovely. It's very mild, it's very delicate, and crunch does wonderful things to the whole eating process.
Thank you.
Well done, Amelia.
Jamie, come on in. You went straight in, grabbed the mussels. I think you knew exactly what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Half an hour goes fast, though, doesn't it?
Half an hour does go fast.
What's the dish?
Mussels with the South Indian curry sauce.
Nicely cooked. Really nicely cooked. Are you sweating? Is that chili? Oh, that's a difficult one now, isn't it?
I like the fact that you brought some smoke to the dish, which is fantastic. I like the use of curry leaves. I love the cooking of the mussels, and you've done those perfectly.
Certainly when I go in for my first spoonful, I go, ooh, a little harsh. But then actually, as you have more spoonfuls, you find little surprises, a little seed, you know, that you pop, that you get some fragrance from, a little tingle on the lips, a little kick in the back of the throat. And that's, for me, the fascination with Indian food. I love that. So it is delicious.
Samosa's a great vegetarian dish.
Yeah,
Samosa?
samosa.
It's
Indian takeaway samosas. You're always going to order samosas.
Maybe chicken. What's classic in the way of meat?
I can do tandoori.
Tandoori.
Anyone else?
Curry, something wet. Lamb's a great one.
Lamb.
We have this wonderful plan to have these two proteins that's going to make our street food sing.
Too small.
Too small?
Yes.
Our Indian menu of samosas, tandoori chicken and fish curry is very process heavy, but it's my kind of Indian. That's what you need, I'm onto it. I absolutely adore Indian cuisine. I've been to the country, I've eaten the street food. It's a mind blow of flavour. Tati just started roasting all our spices off and cooking off our onions as well for the fish curry. And the smells that are engulfing this kitchen is divine. How are we doing over here? We doing
Yeah,
okay?
good. I'm just crying from the spice.
I'll do it. All the dishes are coming together, but 10 minutes behind when they should be coming together.
Ben and I are making tandoori chicken today. So we're cutting nice big rustic pieces of chicken and we'll just toss them into the tandoori paste and cook it all off.
Is that all? Cheese? I'm cooking for 120 and this is the pot.
to make the fish curry. Because it's such a small wok, we have 120 diners, so I have to split my curry sauce into 3 different ones.
Are we able to put some water in there to start getting the flavours going and put the cauliflower in to start getting that softened, yeah?
Yotam wants a simple food, and this fish curry is quite complicated, but it's no turning back for us. We are already in the middle of it. What can we do?
Samosas is something that I enjoy eating. Who doesn't like fried food, seriously? It's deep fried, it's crunchy, it's yummy to go with tamarind chutney.
Now the samosa pastry is out of the way, I need to get to the filling. There's potatoes, peas, garlic, onion, and Indian spices.
Have you done a test in the oven?
Yeah.
How'd it look?
Nah, it's too dry.
Too dry?
Dry, yeah.
The samosa dough was already made. The idea was to use it in a pie, but because the dough is made, it doesn't work so well in the oven, so we're sticking with the regular samosa.
I'm gonna just do it like this.
Okay.
I took an executive decision not to do a traditional cone shape because it was going to be too time consuming. I decided just to go with the round cutter and make them moon shape.
Let me just run a tester.
Beautiful. The flavours are good. When the fish is done, come get me. We have 90 minutes to serve 120 diners. We can't even serve 1 diner right now, let alone 120. The fish needs to cook in the curry. Chicken and the samosas are still cooking.
We haven't made the chutney.
The samosas are supposed to have a tamarind chutney, but we haven't got any time to make it.
This is panicky and we're worried about this.
We are worried about you. I'm worried about you.
Right. This is looking like panicking. Yes.
Have you stuffed any samosas already?
We are, yes. We've done a few just here at the moment.
This is insane.
Which one is the first one?
We're going to do, well, it's going to be the fish curry first, then the chicken, and then the samosa. Yeah. As a captain, you need to stay calm and focused, and if you don't do that, then everyone else is going to start panicking. The mint and yogurt, the mint yogurt we're doing, can you work on that, please? I make a decision to make a mint yogurt sauce, but I'm worried that this is going to cost us.
I think the fish is almost cooked.
The pressure is building in the kitchen.
I need more coconut cream.
The yellow and blue team are sending out dishes. Keep going, you guys. You got this. It's time for us to start taking out food.
Simon, can you taste the fish? What do you think? Cooked?
Yes, absolutely cooked.
Cooked? Okay.
The fish is cooked perfectly. I'm going to start plating it now. Keep going, team. Keep pushing till the end. And then...
Oh, my God. Simon, so now we have no rice to serve with fish curry?
The light bulb moment came on that we hadn't put any rice on. The rice is an integral part of a dish.
You don't eat fish curry with nothing. This might be the cause of putting us into the elimination. Simon, oh my God.
Keep going, team. Keep pushing till the end. It's not going to cook in time to serve our judges or our customers, and so we're going to have to serve the curry without rice. There's no rice, but look, at the moment, the flavour is absolutely delicious. I'm just hoping that's enough. All right. Vegetarian samosas, done by Nushka.
And the good thing, you've got all that, you know, the little kind of bubbles, the pastry looks short.
Well, that's all right, actually.
It tastes good.
They looked a little gnarly, but they actually worked really well.
The dough's good too. And you get that little hit of cumin or ajwain in there, which is delicious.
You really want to make sure that you don't forget all the rest. The temptation is to cook something really sophisticated, and then everybody loses, because we do want a chutney or a really, really good minty sauce. And this is just the sauce they use in the other dish.
It's certainly not a disaster like the blue team's rice.
Yeah.
Right, let's get the green team's final dish.
Round 3. South Indian fish curry, cauliflower as well.
Simon, were you intending to serve rice with this?
Rice is going to be the plan to be served with it. The difficulty was we just ran out of time, so we didn't get the rice in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gee, they've been in trouble, the green team, haven't they? But really, you know, this is a third dish, and on every single one, really, there's been something missing.
don't have rice. But the flavors here are good.
But at least you got a nice spice mix. You got coconut, you got curry leaves, all kind of, you know, South Indian, which is great.
Cooking the fish, beautiful.
Yeah.
On the whole, this is probably the best dish out of the three.
My roasty smoked chicken tikka masala.
Looking at Vicus's dish, it's really refined and it's beautiful, and you know, there's just little elements all around the plate, and you know, I'd never expected to see an Indian dish. So I am quite excited by this dish, but scared at the same time.
I don't think I've seen anyone beaming in a pressure test so much like RENAE.
It's like
you
my
are
dream
so
dish.
excited.
Like, that's it. That's my perfect dish.
Grab all your spices.
There's a few things that can go wrong today. With the sauce, you know, I need to balance out all the spices really well and make sure that, you know, one spice isn't too dominant.
All right, teaspoon of turmeric.
It's like 1 teaspoon cumin.
Half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
RENAE, you need to get your spice mix together.
Yep. One of my skills is balancing flavours. So I put in the exact spices that he used, I just changed the amounts. So where he said a teaspoon, I put in 1 or 2, then I just kind of mix it all together, give it a shake, look at the colour of it, have a smell, add a little bit more.
Annie, how are you doing?
I'm nervous, but I feel like I just need to stay really focused and get the time
You
right.
still look very meditative in that mode, right?
Yeah, I'm not going home. So.
You got to stay.
Yes, 100%.
Well, let's have a look. How's that? How's that little mixture of...
Fantastic.
I put a little bit extra because I always like a little bit.
Did you put a little extra in, did you? You're changing the recipe. Don't
Just
do
a
that.
tiny bit. So what I'm going to do today is quite risky, but I have made the decision at this point that I'm just going to make it up myself.
I hope RENAE knows what she's doing. I don't think I'd be changing the recipe of a Michelin chef. She's taking a huge risk.
Come on, RENAE, you're right. Get it going.
Beautiful.
Come on, come on, come on.
Looks good. Just bash it out.
Come on, Gigi. Come on, G.
Guys, we should be ready with the smoked ingredients too.
What Vicus is trying to say is, hurry up!
Flame. Get your charcoal straight on the flame.
I'm really curious about this method of smoking. Vicus has said that it's a very ancient Indian technique. So I follow the recipe. I spread the garlic paste on the chicken breast. Next thing I do, I get the heated coals, which are now glowing, into a small bowl, and I start selecting the spices that need to go into it.
Add 4 dried rosebuds, half a cinnamon stick, 1 tablespoon of the Darjeeling tea leaves.
And then?
What is it? Oh. 2 cardamom pods, 1 tablespoon of the clarified butter.
Amy?
Yes?
You're losing out on all the flavors.
Yes.
You need to keep the spice mixture ready and put it on
All
this
in
just
at
one
once.
time. So now we're losing out on all the smoke, which we need to preserve.
Now cover with the cloche.
Where is it? I'm worried that all the smoky flavour is escaping because I can't find my cloche. So I'm wasting precious seconds. Thanks, Vicus. Thank you, thank you. Eventually get the cloche on there and the smoke fills the dome and it looks amazing. Okay, I need to refocus.
Just on top. Done?
Yep, done.
Is that all right?
Okay.
I'm not sure how I'm going. Because I'm not looking at the clock and because I'm just trying to get the things done, I'm not sure if I'm on time. I'm not sure if I'm falling behind.
RENAE,
Yes.
you're falling behind. You should have smoked the chicken, please.
Okay, I'm going. He's the boss, and although I'm changing his recipe, there are certain things I'm definitely going to listen to, so I get on to smoking that chicken straight away.
Yeah, you need half a cinnamon stick, 4 rosebuds, and a tablespoon of tea.
I think I'll just do 5.
Just do what you're going to do. I know you're not going to measure it.
I'm a bit behind with the smoking, but hopefully I can catch that up and go okay.
Yeah, come on, come on.
How long does it have to be under the dome?
The smoke will disappear
10 minutes?
in 7-10 minutes.
Take
Do it now, yep.
Roll it and wrap it in the skin.
You got to be quick, RENAE. You got to be quick. Get the spinach on there, get the filling on there. Yeah, good.
Filling, roll.
Figs. Roll it.
Go on, Flamey, get moving.
Right, now you got 5 minutes, actually not even, to get that chicken in the water bath.
Otherwise, you won't be finished.
I've really got to hurry and get this chicken in. 40 minutes to go and it needs 40 minutes to cook.
Come on, you got to get that twined and wrapped. So we're halfway through the challenge and everyone is behind.
Smooth, Lizel.
Time's ticking away. They've got to cook this chicken for at least 40 minutes and that is not even 40 minutes left.
Yep.
That's good, that's good.
Secure using twine.
Now, I know the recipe calls for tying the chicken, but I need to make up a bit of time. So instead of tying the roulade with the twine, then wrapping it in glad wrap. Yep, plenty. Then putting it in a sous vide bag.
What's it doing?
It's just not sealing.
I'm going to take a shortcut with glad wrap where you roll it into a tight sausage and then tie the ends.
Not those ends.
It should set in the sous vide machine and I've just saved myself a heap of time.
Two tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
Not too much.
That's it.
Yeah, that'll do.
To make my sauce, I'm frying off the onions and I've got the tomatoes roasted. I have a taste of it and I'm not happy with it.
It needs more cream.
Because I added extra spice, I think it needs a bit more cream to balance out the flavours.
It's not as smooth, nowhere near, so.
Renae's already added as much cream as the recipe states, but she keeps adding more. I'm wondering if she's doing the right thing.
Renae, no. Renae, add some water.
Can't be. Add some sugar if it doesn't taste right.
I just hope that changing the recipe hasn't jeopardised my sauce.
I want you to taste it.
I'm so happy that I've got my sauce back on track and that Vickers loves it.
Nice, looks good.
Gently, gently.
How much time have I got?
12 minutes. Fast and hard, fast and hard.
I've never made a rice papadum before. We shouldn't bash the rice too much, otherwise the grains will spread apart and they won't stick together. I'm not sure if I've bashed too much. It seems to be okay and it seems that they are sticking together.
Sprinkle them on, crush them with your hands if you can. And then into the 100-degree oven to dry.
There should only be one thing on your mind, and that's making it into the top 10. 10 minutes to go. Come on.
Just throw it in. Get it in the oven. All right, get your coriander oil done.
All right, so 2 large bunches of coriander sticks. Come on, Gigi. Gigi, all you've got now is the last step, step 19. Check your chicken.
Yeah, it's pretty soft.
With 7 minutes to go, I get my chicken out of the sous vide machine and I'm really worried about the chicken roulade because it is very raw. And I know that I need to get it in the pan as soon as I can because pan frying is going to really need to cook it. I definitely don't want to serve the chicken up raw because it will send me home instantly.
Okay, that's good.
So it's not how I expected it to come out of the sous vide machine. I just thought it was going to come out more cooked than it was. But this isn't a disaster. I can fix that. I'll just need to give it a bit longer in the pan than I thought I was going to in the beginning.
Come on, Renae, you're all over this.
You can do it. Just push for the last few minutes.
All right, get your sauce and your rice together just so you're ready. Come on, Gigi. Come on, come on, come on.
This is where it gets crazy and interesting. 5 minutes to go.
Now get your chicken.
At this point, I remove the chicken from the sous vide and I'm quite confident that it's cooked properly.
Get your pan up.
I brown off the chicken, basting it with that ghee, and I'm so relieved. I feel like this is doable now.
You're looking good, Flame.
Flames, tears, nothing's going for me right now.
Looks good, Renae.
Looking good, Renae.
Get your sauce on the plate.
Come on, Renae, you're right. Let's get it going. Come on, come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Very gently.
Good job, Renae.
Yes! Beautiful, Renae.
Yes!
Yes!
Well done, Renae.
The gantry starts cheering. It's like I've just won the Olympics. It's crazy.
Wow. Hey?
Awesome, Renee. How good's that?
Come on. Get a knife. Get a knife. Slide it underneath.
That's it.
Garnish. Garnish.
Come on, guys. 10 more seconds.
9, 8, 7,
So ugly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well done.
I think it's raw.
Good job, Amy.
I didn't do the thing.
That's it. It's fine. You did really well. Everything else is perfect.
Thank you. I am thrilled with what I've done. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get my rice poppadom thingy up, but there's some of it on there. But my chicken is cooked perfectly. I'm really happy with the balance of flavours in my sauce, and I'm really happy with my presentation.
You did so well.
Yeah, awesome effort, Renee.
Smashed it, Renee. Oh, thank God. Couldn't have been a better challenge for me, which is so lucky. Like, somebody's looking out for me. That's awesome.
I think you look like you're enjoying yourself a little too much.
Good luck,
Luck,
Renee.
sweetie.
The initial confidence that I had when I finished my dish is gone. The insecurity creeps in. Maybe it's not good enough. Maybe me changing the recipe wasn't a good idea. And with one dish sitting on that one table, it could be gone, and it's just this heavy feeling of realisation, and it's not a good feeling at all.
Right, let's taste.
Sauce. The smokiness is fantastic. It's not overpowering, but you have a subtle texture through that smokiness of flavor. I think that is quite brilliant. The spice mixture is a little bit over, but overall it's a fantastic balance of flavors.
And the chicken is beautifully cooked. One thing slightly from yours, there's a fair amount of kind of raw vinegar flavour in the rice. That's probably the one element that if she was going to make the dish again, you'd want her to work on. But otherwise, I think she's done a great job.
Everyone was probably expecting that I would choose pulses for the key ingredient today, but I'm really excited about the goat. I just hope I can pull it off. We'll see.
I decided that I'm going to make a dish called Goat Looks at Sweet Cardamom Curry. It's using a goat loin, and then I'm combining that with a sweet cardamom curry.
The dish that I've decided to make today is what I've called a light goat curry with 3 flavoured frozen yogurt and some papadum praline. You know, I think there's 2 parts to this challenge. One is the Indian part and the other part's the invention, and I think invention's pretty important. You know, like if I'm just making a curry, it's not really inventive. The Indians have been making that for years, so got to invent something, and this will be 3 different flavours of yogurt with a praline, which is very French.
Courtney.
George, Gary.
Bread.
Naan bread.
Naan
yes.
bread. Wow. What are you cooking for us?
So I'm making a goat salad. Mix up some spices with some fried eggplant and some yogurt, and dress the goat in that, fry it off. May do little hors d'oeuvres on the naan bread with some sliced goat and the yogurt dressing on top.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You have 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Tools down. Step away from the benches.
I've decided I'm going to think positive, talk positive, and hopefully get positive remarks. That's all I'm thinking when I go up to the judges.
that is a dead set ripper dish. The heart of it is this beautiful West Coast Mangalorean curry that's got loads of acidity, loads of curry leaf, goat, and then those little bitter praline moments. And that's smooth, slightly icy, yogurt ice. Fantastic. Great dish, great idea. That, Jonathan, is a potential winner. Well done.
Thanks. I'm stoked with the comments. I'm just buzzing, you know? Win or lose, I'm happy in this challenge.
Well done, Jonathan. That's fantastic. It's perfect.
Next up to the tasting table is Courtney.
Slightly creamy eggplant and beautifully, beautifully, beautifully cooked goat. Big tick for the Kulfi, big tick for your Indian souvlaki, big tick all round. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's always nice to hear positive comments, and it's nice timing on my birthday.
For mains, we've decided to make chicken and pineapple Mauritian masala with naan and a raita, as well as a spice roasted cauliflower with a raisin salsa.
Today, Brendan and I are on the chicken pineapple masala curry. I'm not sure if Brendan's grandmother would ever put pineapple into her masala curry, but we have the idea that it's really going to bring out that sweet element.
Where you at, Khan, with that cauliflower?
If you give me a minute, I'll have it on.
Come on, let's go, push.
Today, my dish is going to be a spiced roasted cauliflower with raisin salsa. Depending on the size of cauliflower, we're either going to give each person a third or a quarter. I'm rubbing the spices all over them. Coriander seeds, some cumin, turmeric, cinnamon, and bay leaves. Hopefully that's going to be enough to give them that really lovely Indian spice flavour.
Today, the mains have to be sweet. We've decided to make chicken and pineapple Mauritian masala, as well as a spice roasted cauliflower with a raisin salsa. The savoury desserts, we've chosen a chai-spiced pumpkin cheesecake and a carrot halwa samosa.
I'm doing a pumpkin cheesecake with chai spice. We're adding the pumpkin on top of the cheesecake, and then we're going to do some chips with the skin, and we're going to salt those just for a savoury element. I feel like we're hitting the brief. It is classic flavour, putting pumpkin in dessert, but we've just got to limit the sweetness just so we get savoury notes.
Brendan, can you just taste this for spice?
That's good.
We're doing halwa stuffed samosas.
My carrot halwa is looking really good. It tastes nice. I can taste the carrot, I can taste the sultanas, but I don't want it overly sweet. I want to add some toasted flaked almonds into the halwa. It'll cut through that sweetness. It should have a fine balance between sweet and savoury.
With the Mauritian masala, I'm making the naan bread. I have never used tandoor oven before. Now I have to do a tester. It looks great. I've never cooked in a tandoor oven. It's exciting to see how quickly the bubbles appear on the dough. Oh, I'm running out of time. It's really tricky, really hot. It's a lot of pressure. But they make naan in this oven. I'm sure I can do it as well.
It's smelling good, it's looking better. Half an hour and you'll have it all together. Half an hour to go!
Come on. I'm a bit rattled at this stage, like I'm getting really stressed out. Push, guys, let's go, red team, come on. There's so much still to do.
We've got this, B.
Man, we really need to push.
Yeah.
Chloe and Huda's working on filling samosas. Samira is working on the naan bread. How many have you done, Sammy?
I'm cooking them right now. I just dropped one.
I'm concerned about the cauliflower.
Am I putting it in the gastro with foil over it?
Yeah, just chuck it in quickly. I'm trying to focus on the masala, but my biggest concern is hitting the brief.
I was going to have a little taste. Have you got a spoon? Can I borrow?
Yeah, definitely.
And you've thought about how you're going to serve this?
Yep. So depending on if the naan's like crunchy or soft.
Right.
Yep. Oh, man. I think I'm in trouble. The masala needs to be sweet, but there's a lot of spices in it. I shouldn't have done that. I'm really worried at this stage. This is a disaster. I'm captain, I need to pull it all together. This is the moment I really need to step up and do a good job and hit the brief at the same time. I'm gonna try and balance all the spices out with a pineapple. And I stir that through. I give it a taste. Tastes good. There's a lot of relief right now. All right, guys, coming through hot. There's pineapple and the sweetness through it. And I hope it's hit the brief. All right, guys, speed it up. Let's go. A heap teaspoon of the raita. Ben will do the masala and then just put the naan inside.
Come on, guys.
The masala is singing of all the spices of Mauritius, but at the same time, there's pineapple and the sweetness through it.
Fantastic. Look at this first course. What have they got?
This looks like Brendan's grandma's Mauritian chicken, pineapple masala, served with some naan and raita.
I reckon it looks all right. Smells good.
Yeah, it smells good. It smells fantastic.
Good puff on the naan.
I love the oiliness. It's got a lovely little shine, hasn't it?
I've got nice chunks of pineapple in mine. So it's nice and sweet. It's really carried the flavour. It's with sweetness, very heady, very aromatic, I think. Caramelisation of it, bit of smokiness. I think the pineapple's fantastic in this.
This is really interesting for me. I'm laughing, number one, because it's got pineapple in, so do you like it, George? You know, it's that pineapple and ham on a pizza kind of idea. It's tasty.
It's tasty. And the brief was that sort of sweet and savoury in a main course, and they've definitely hit the brief on that.
To make naan for this many people, Samira's done an amazing job.
But also to use a tandoori oven for the first time, to stick your hand into like 350 degrees and to make it stick on that clay, they've done a really great job with the bread.
So it's a good start.
Yeah. Right, let's get the next dish in. Let's get the cauliflower dish in.
I'm interested to see what this spiced cauliflowers come out.
We shall see.
Come on, cauliflower's con. Let's go 5 straight up.
Yeah, that way, or...?
I think the other way is prettier. I actually think that we've got enough flavour into this cauliflower. There's crunchy bits on the outside. Hopefully there's enough sweetness, so we're on point brief-wise.
Wow.
So we've got the red team's second main here. We've got spiced roast cauliflower with a raisin salsa.
I just hope it's got some sweet sourness, because cauliflower needs some spice and some sweet sourness.
Yeah. It looks very savoury. Be interesting to see whether or not those spices have penetrated or dominated that cauliflower completely.
I don't think they've got the integral part of it. The sweetness isn't part of the hero.
The sweetness is just few and far between. There are sweet elements on there. There's the pomegranate, there's the raisins, there's that little sweet salsa or mint sauce.
It's an afterthought, so I got a better throw that on just to
rather than
myself.
kind of spooning it over the top of the cauliflower, which I reckon would be beautiful.
Cook the raisins down, you know, make them more part of the dish rather than I'm just going to throw them on at the end.
Yeah, but your real problem is that, you know, there is a sweet note there. That because they haven't pre-cooked the cauliflower, they haven't broken down that lovely butteriness that cauliflower's properly cooked has. So you have two problems. One, lack of sweetness, and two, I think the cauliflower could have been cooked better.
You know what I will say, though? Considering the pain that they were in right at the beginning, and certainly the fact that at the start they really didn't know what they were doing, whether it was going to go in the tandoor or whether it's going to go in the oven, it's not a bad dish.
Oh, yeah, look, if the challenge wasn't bring us a savoury dish with the sweet, we'd be raving about this dish. That's the challenge. That's what makes this challenge so hard.
Yeah. Right, main course is done.
Let's try dessert.
I've got my cheesecake still in the freezer. I've been dreading this moment. I have to check if these cheesecakes are set.
The cheesecake looks set. It looks like good consistency, so I'm happy with that.
We've got the pumpkin on top, so just to amp up the flavour, we're going to put a little bit of chai just through some muslin cloth, just so it's lightly sprinkled.
Two on a plate like that.
Yeah, dollop of cream, drizzle the sauce.
I think it's good. It's perfect. Good? Yeah.
I'm really happy I've got all my elements ready to go. A little dollop of whipped cream, a couple of samosas, and a drizzle of caramel sauce with flaked almonds on top. I think we did that brief really well.
So what have we here, Adam?
Go the red team's first dessert, the carrot halwa samosa.
Interesting. It's not what I thought I was going to get either. Today's been full of surprises.
But I love it.
I love it too. It looks
I love
great.
it because, you know, it looks like a dessert. It's got absolute clues that it's something savoury. We wouldn't think of samosas being stuffed with, I don't know, spiced potato and peas. So,
yeah.
And halwa is just a classic Indian dessert.
Still quite sweet, but it's a bit clumsy. I don't think there's really finesse about it. Like, it'd be nice as a little canapé or something like that, you know, something to snack on, but I think it doesn't really... It's not singing.
It's a little bit one-dimensional for me. I get sweetness from both the halwa and the caramel sauce, a little dollop of cream underneath, and it's fun because I like the idea of a sweet samosa. Great idea, but it's not that interesting. No. It's OK.
It's that. I'll have one and then I'll sort of pass it down the table and, you know...
Just want a bit more. I just want something else. Something a bit fresher, brighter, something to make us go, umar.
I'm really proud of my dessert today. There's definitely savoury notes there, the saltiness of the chips, and it's something I haven't seen on a restaurant menu before.
So we've got the red team's second dessert here, the chai spiced pumpkin and white chocolate cheesecake.
I like the look of this.
Yeah, how pretty.
It's really bright, and you can smell the chai spices, even though you don't even, you know, it's like, boom, straight there. So just the dish makes sense.
Well, I love the fact they've used pumpkin. I mean, you know, we've seen pumpkin in desserts before, but I love the crispy... Is that pumpkin?
Pumpkin, yeah.
Yeah, pumpkin's good.
It's great.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's salty, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think, but I like it. I think it's really good. The cheesecake is most definitely cheesecake. And I like the way that the chai spices, and particularly the salt, plays into that dessert the whole way through. I think it's in a number of elements. So even though you're eating dessert, you're reminded constantly that you've got those savoury notes, those toasty savoury notes of the crumb, of the pumpkin, of the seeds, you know, all the way through as you eat it.
I think they met the brief. That savoury element to it. Got a nice chai flavour there coming through. Cheesecake's nice, quite delicate, nice and refreshing.
The real battle you've got when you're trying to make a savoury dessert is telling people it's definitely dessert with all those salty flavours hitting you.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of saltiness, lots of spice coming through. And then when you taste the texture of the cheesecake, the biscuits crumb underneath, you go, oh, it's definitely dessert, because that's a dessert I've had 1,000 times before. So I think that's a real success. It's warm, reassuring in terms of texture, but, gee, they've absolutely given us saltiness and savouriness all through the dish. If you want to make a savoury dessert, this is exactly the way to go. I think that's a real success across the board.